Hello, goblin gamers. Goo goo goo! Goo goo goo! That's the goblin sound. The goblin's call. It's the only way people know I'm live during this time. This dead hour. I'm not doing any of those. Thank you very much, game. Hey, Naxi. What up? What do we feel like doing? Sure. Hey, Riot. You see the goblin sounds, they work. Oops, is this active? Yeah, it looks like it. No, I have something to watch during work. Ah, yes. And meanwhile, here's me at work. One more day until Soap Song. I'm very hyped. Kinda. It's not one more day yet. But yes. Hey, Atro. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Looking forward to having it to play. The Helldivers update is something I'm very excited about, but I haven't gotten to play it yet. No, not because time zones, because so Silksong's gonna release like at 6 hours and a half from now, then it'll be a 24 hours, and then it comes out. That's what I meant. I was more so talking about like the actual time. But anyway. How's the family? Yeah, everything's going good. Thanks for asking. Hopefully soon I'll start being able to chip away at the next vlog. We got this new kind of like pacifier thing that you can put fruit in. So Leon got to try some watermelon and he just, I guess because it's such a new thing for him, it just overloads his senses or something. I don't know. That was funny though. I got a 1 minute 30-second Opera GX ad before the stream. First time I've had anything like that happen on YouTube. Yeah, interesting. Also, Opera GX is the best. The browser I use all the time. However, as with every bit of software, as they've been updating it, it's been getting progressively worse. Like, oh, we changed the UI and there's nothing you can do about it, even though the new UI sucks. Thanks. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Soul. What up? Yep, things are going good. If you haven't been around for 2 years, the big recap would be my baby boy. And then otherwise, it's kind of just business as usual with gaming and such. Hey, KU. No, I'm sorry. I was so busy today, I didn't get to check any DMs. I can take a peek at it now, but I'm not gonna watch it. Waiting patiently for the Trove update. Yeah, I'm kind of in that boat right now. Even tonight, like I was like, do I really want to stream Trove? And I was like, yeah. Because then we can hang out, so on. How do you join the club? Just give me your username, and then there you go. Hey, Warhawk. All right, let's see. What did you send me, KU? Oh, Helldivers. Okay. I don't want to see it. I don't want to look. No. I'll watch that after I've experienced it because I don't want to spoil it. I know you're probably referring to the big boy, which they teased in the trailer, and I'm very excited to die to it. Yeah, I got you guys. One sec. PTS got an update pushed last night trying to extract the chain. Wait, is PTS really still online, like right now? Dang. Okay, that means the update's probably still gonna be like 2 weeks away. It's crazy. Yeah, no, I didn't expect the update to be this week, for sure. I don't think they've told us like a date, so let me take a peek. Post about their Proclamaphone. They're mentioning the Proclamaphone's not a one-time thing. Good, cool. Oh, interesting. They're gonna actually be giving us content creators giveaway codes. Hell yeah. And they just say, let us know and we'll hook you up. It's like, bro, just give me stuff. I'll give things away every day. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything like official. Maybe there was some hidden message somewhere. So I don't know where Cashin's source is from. Other than probably just the same guesswork from me as well. Like if the test server is still being updated, there's no way the update is going live. Also, Scythe is still my name. It's just my real name, so that's why we swapped over to Scyushi. Update has to drop before the 9th of September because it's the start of the next event, and all the data for that event is on the PTS. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I would have guessed. And I think that's a good timing as well, because this week, not necessarily, I don't think it would have conflicted with Trove in any way, shape, or form, but I think that the flavor of the month, or flavor of the week, is going to be Silksong right now. That's the big thing everyone's talking about. So, next week, I don't really think there's anything going on, so that'll be good for me as well, because this week's gonna be pretty busy with other games, I should clarify. Uh, 13,847 is max light on PTS. Sick. You think Mystic Gems are easy to farm? They're not difficult. It's just gonna require like a lot of time investment, and then unfortunately leveling them up is time gated. That's kind of the worst issue. But Mystic Gems themselves, you'll like, assuming you have Patron, you'll be able to get a Mystic Gem within 30 dungeons. If you really want to just level one up from 0. But I'm assuming that most players that are gonna be strong enough to do that will just upgrade their gems in the first place, which, by the way, we still haven't, like, devs talked about it, but we still haven't seen it officially mentioned in like any of the patch notes or anything about the Mystic Gem upgraders. So I really hope they follow through with that. For someone who's been out of the loop for the last 2-3 years, where do I start? I left off 31k PR and 77.2k light. I mean, it depends what content you're missing out on. Like, crystal gear is way easier to get now because of the gear crafting update. Essentially, the main game loop boils down to either grinding dungeons as efficiently as possible so you can get gear crafter vaults, which is an item that drops from the dungeons. You need to get items out of those boxes to max out your gear crafting, and then from that point on, when you open those gear crafting boxes, you can start getting crystal gear depending on the power rank of the class that you're using. So that's a really good way of getting crystal gear. Otherwise, just go to the highest Uber world and grind, grind, grind. Or there is always the Leviathans, or the Depths, or just Delves in general. But honestly, that's about it. There hasn't really been much in terms of like the core game loop change. But it depends what you want to go for, because is gathering materials to sell in the market still worth it? Yes. Yep. On PC anyways, our market has almost completely stabilized. There's some things that haven't, but a lot of it has. Xbox, I've heard, is fine. Switch, I don't think was even affected by it because nobody plays on Switch. PlayStation, that got really bad. Oh, that's true. Yeah, if he's been gone for that long, then yeah, Flux would have gotten a lot more inflated. That's true. I need the gem converters because all my gems are max stats. Yes, me too. So I'm really hoping we can get them for qubits and I don't have to waste a bunch of credits. But we'll see. Where is a ship or cornerstone? There's one. Credit pouches, they're expensive, but they're not... yeah, they're still at like the 4 mil mark, which has been like that for quite a while, if I'm being honest. That's reasonable. Talk to me when they go up to 8 mil. The PTS update is 1.3 gigs? What the heck? There must be a lot buried in there. I wonder if that's tied to the event. More so than the actual update, unless they finally updated the shop stuff. That's nuts. Is Flux easier to farm then? Technically, yeah, because there's a lot more things that you can do to get it. Yeah, 4 mil per pouch is cheap as far as credit pouches are concerned because of, again, Flux inflation and stuff. It's the stock market. The update isn't 1.3 gigs, it's just forcing me to reinstall the entire game. Oh, okay. PTS being PTS. You can only get a C5 from 5-star Geo topside without 45k. I think that's right. Yeah? Is it? Because I think I've gotten C5 out of normal dungeons, but I don't know. I never really paid attention to it. Honestly, getting a dropped one is garbage anyway, so I never, like, stuck it to memory kind of thing. Yeah, light matters more than anything. Even when this new update drops, I still gotta make a video to really reinforce that idea, but I'll probably wait until the update goes live. I could do a how to prepare for the new update, but let me be real with you guys, there is no way to prepare. Because when they, like, you could theoretically just grind all of the different elemental gem dust so that you can get ready to upgrade all your gems right away. But you're still going to end up being time gated by the 15 upgrade items you can craft per week. And on top of that, why grind now when grinding gem dust is going to become so much more efficient when the update drops? But at the end of the day, the only thing that you really need to focus on is the cosmic gems. That's it, like, it's funny how that's all that really matters out of that update. Because nothing else matters. Even the Mystic gear itself, like, I was very surprised how little a difference it made compared to the cosmic gems anyway. Yeah, I'm not saying that you're wrong about C5s only dropping from 5 stars. That's probably correct. I don't know if 45k is a requirement for C5 to drop unless you're talking about like out of the gear crafter vaults. I don't know if dungeons take that into account. Maybe they do. I just don't know how you would, like, how would anyone test that? Hey, Magic. What up? Also, side note, yes, I've been slowly chipping away at PoE. Just because, for anyone wondering, I kept saying I was gonna stop playing it, and then in the video today, I kind of talked about it in more detail, so you can always check that out. Or technically yesterday, since we're at midnight. It's not only the cosmic gems that affect you, it's the conversion. Gives you about 3 times the stats as the entire difference from level 30 to 25. Oh, okay. Yeah, but still, it's mostly, again, it's mostly the cosmic gems. But, okay, good to know that it's more so converting them in general rather than the actual level ups. Oh, Atro, is there a updated, like, image that, or something, like, bleh. Does somebody have the stats now of how much sparks and everything that it costs to max out, like, an empowered gem and a lesser gem? Because the conversion of a level 30 gem is giving it 30 levels worth of mystic stats. Yeah, that makes sense. Oops. But yeah, the image that I have that was showing the upgrade cost was kind of irrelevant now because that was based on the empowered gems being really cheap, which they are not anymore. Oh, you were talking, okay, Ryad, yeah, when you were asking about getting C5, you said 5-star dungeons, but if you meant gearboxes, then yes, you have to be 45k and you have to have the gear crafting maxed. Okay, Atro. So nobody knows what the gems cost. Yeah, because that's what happened to me too. As I re-exported. So is the test server still open? Because I could ask my boy to hook me up and see if I can. I'll just ask him right now. Anyway, we'll see whether or not he'll give it to me. Depends if the test server is still available, honestly. Yep, I got a Discord. Link should be there on Twitch. Spent over $1 billion flex preparing for the Mystic update due to gem keys and credits. Oh, yeah. I don't... Wait, do the gem keys even work on the new boxes? I don't know if they did. I'd have to double check. I might be mixing it up with a different box. PTS is still up. Okay. Yeah, the keys don't work on the new boxes. Yeah, okay. That's... Yeah. RIP. Can you get a refund? Is it too late? Are you within the 30-day window? The thing is, like, I don't even know if you get... Do you even get a Mystic Spark out of a Mystic Gem unless... I think it's only if it's a high enough level, right? Even... No, I don't know if it does. I think it just gives Crystal Sparks. I might be mistaken. I'd have to double check again. But... Yeah, I'll see if I can outro and then make a video talking about it, or just throw it on the Discord or something. He's working on all previous boxes. Why don't they do it on the new one? Because they don't want people rushing the new content, you know. You don't get Mystic Shards yet, but last time I asked, the values for loot collecting Mystic Gems were still placeholder. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of the biggest problem with a lot of the info that we've got right now, is a lot of it's going to change as soon as the update hits, so it's like... Oh, you already used your keys on Crystal Sparks. Which, honestly, let's be real, that's what you need. So, yeah, you're pretty prepped. Keeping in mind that upgrading is basically going to be time gated unless you want to end up spending your lapis bugs. Good luck. No, I genuinely, Magic, like, I completely agree. I don't think that it makes sense that I've talked about that extensively already. There are a lot of things in this game, including like cash shop things, that become irrelevant later on, and I hate it. Case in point, I haven't bought dragon coins for years because I used to buy the packs that gave you the dragon effigy, and then dragons, for no reason, stopped using the dragon effigy. So it was like, okay, I just got like a bunch of these sitting in my inventory now. I spent money on this, but sure. But there's lots of things that do that. And now the gem boxes are gonna do that as well, which is hilarious. God, I wish the doorway in this dungeon was like a different color or something. Something more obvious. Yeah, I don't know. If you scroll down, Ryad, there should be the Discord link. I don't have any text commands set up on Twitch, I'm sorry. I don't know how to Twitch. Do you know if the crafting will be lowered for the converters? No, I don't think it will. Technically, the depth souls or whatever are going to be grindable now, like come the update, so maybe that's where their logic comes in. But honestly, it doesn't make sense to me, because it's like, okay, you're expecting a player to be strong enough to be able to solo the depths, or well, I mean, fight in a group, let's be real, to the point that they can get enough depth souls so that they can upgrade their gems. But none of it's gonna matter if the Mystic Gem Converter actually costs qubits. PTS servers are down. They might just be offline for an update or something. Or they're just finally offline, who knows? Is there a list of dragons that aren't included with an effigy? I'm sure some freak has made a list, but for example, like the ones that are from D15, nope. They don't work. Pretty much any of the dragons that I'm missing or was missing. Yeah, maybe test server went offline. Who knows? Not much for me to do this week. I literally need to wait till next week for the 9th Life's Found Brilliance. So boring how time gated this game is. Yes. But it'll keep you coming back next week, right? Right? Bro, the funny thing is, like, I've talked about this extensively with my friends, and maybe I'm a weirdo. Actually, no, I know I'm a weirdo. There are so many games that I would actually genuinely no life if they weren't time gated. Where the heck? Bro, what's going on? Where are these other bosses? There. Like Genshin Impact? Bro, if I didn't have resin and energy to deal with in that game, I'd probably still be playing it, and I probably would have maxed out every single character. Because I would actually have incentive to do so, and then I could really experiment with team comps and so on and so forth. But as it stands right now, it's like, bro, I'm not logging into that game every day. I mean, I just quit, ultimately. Same with... So for those of you that have never played Helldivers 2, they basically have they have this thing called a war bond, which is basically like a battle pass, right? And you can technically grind it for free, but it takes a really long time. And essentially, on top of credits, you need to spend medals in the war bond in order to get items from it, and it's like dragon coins, man. Like, it's so inflated and so bad. You can only store like 250 medals at a time, and you get like one per like a 20-minute mission or something like that, and you need like 500 or so per pass. How would Genshin make money then? I mean, they would lose quite a bit of money off of resin, but the game is still pay to win. What do you mean, how would they still make money? From whales trying to get constellations. Hey, Panda. I don't know. I just miss the days when you could just no life a game, and you know, as much as Trove is very, very time gated, at the very least, like, there is still always something to do. Well, at least for me, being a freak at the end game, let's be real. Oh my god, I'm so sick of this world not having cornerstones, bro. I'm just going to the hub to destroy my stuff. Right, yeah, there's that other gacha game that was not doing so well, so they said they were gonna copy Warframe, where you can just grind everything. Yeah, we'll see if it's not just mobile slot, because let's be real, that's what most gacha games are. The problem that I have with a lot of gacha games, and Genshin kind of like really hit me like a truck eventually over time. It took a while for me to understand, because it was my first gacha game. But gacha games, because it's a mobile game, it can only have so much depth to its combat. And while you could argue that stats and numbers and the meta builds and all that stuff, like, there's depth to it, quote unquote, but I'm talking more in terms of mechanics. And there is no mechanics in any gacha game. It's always just button mash to victory and watch ult animations. Lame. So that's the main reason why I can't get into any new gachas, man. They always just follow the same formula to a T, and it's like, why? Give me one that's actually got like combat depth. Withering Wave was okay in terms of its combat, just because at least you could do perfect parries and such, but the enemy attacks were not televised enough for it to actually be like easy enough to get into, I'll say. And then it's still just mindless exploration for the sake of exploration. Do you think we'll ever pass 100 KPR? I don't know. Is Trove gonna be around that long? That'd be a lot of years worth of updates. We'll definitely pass 60 KPR when Crystal Rings and or Mystic Rings come into the game, and especially we'll get a huge bump up when Mystic Torches come in. But other than that, all they could do is just give us higher tiers of Mystic, which is going to happen. Of course, there's going to be Mystic 2, Mystic 3. And the game's just going to get super inflated. Did they already talk about that? What, Mystic Rings and such? No, it's just a matter of time. We knew Mystic Gems were coming because it's easy. Like, no offense, but as far as like game design is concerned, it's much easier for them to just implement a new tier of gear that just has higher stats rather than something that has meaningful impact on the game. Requires a lot less work. The gems, you know, I'm satisfied enough with the Mystic Gems and how they approach them. But a lot of that is still based off of PTS theory. So we'll see what happens when it finally goes live. Maybe they'll last minute add something that's going to make it stupid. But that's why we get updates like that instead of new classes and stuff. We need more than 5 dragon coins an hour. Yes, I know. I think that as far as a game being monetized, I think that there is a fine line between making it egregious enough that you want to spend money and then making it just so annoying you don't bother. But that is subjective, so. Yeah, the gems, so the gems, like Mystic Gems in particular, they're not going to be that hard to obtain, which is cool. And they're not going to be that hard to level. It's just when you get to 30 and up, that's when it's going to become like a big issue because of the 10th lives and they're being time gated. I'm actually curious if lower tiered Mystic Gems are going to require 10th lives at lower levels. I don't think they're supposed to based on the constant PTS patch notes that they've put out. Where am I going? Boss to have Mystic Torch better be the hardest boss in the game. It's, let's be real, dude. What's hard in Trove? It's not going to be hard because of its mechanics. It's going to be hard because it's just going to have so much like stats or require a ton of light. I wish that Trove had like proper raid mechanics and stuff. It'd be pretty dope. But also could be quite cursed because the thing that's so good about this game is how casual it is. Do you think Mystic Gem converters are worth it for lesser gems, even if you still don't have the star chart maxed? What's the star chart have to do with it? Like, to be clear, upgrading a gem into Mystic does have a huge bump up in your stats, but when it comes to the end game, the only thing that's really gonna matter is the cosmic gems because they're the only ones that give you light. You can see in my videos where I ended up soloing the depths in the first place. That was just with like bare bones. Like I had Crystal 5, maybe my weapon into, you know, my weapon into Mystic, but it didn't make that much of a difference. And I was doing that with just the Cosmic Gems. And then as soon as I bumped up the rest of my gems and got to 59 KPR, guess what? It didn't make much of a difference because the light stat. Oh, you're asking whether or not you should upgrade to Mystic Gems if your star chart's not maxed out because of qubit value. Yeah, that's a lot trickier. But again, what I'm saying is technically you only have to upgrade 3 gems, the Cosmic Gems. And that's going to have a huge bump up in your stats, maybe more so than a lot of the stuff out of the skill tree. The skill tree is important. As far as priority of which, I don't know. It depends which stats you're missing from the skill tree, because there's quite a bit of light to be had in the skill tree. And that's worthwhile, especially some of the allies. But I think it's more of like, which one do you want to choose? Because I don't know. I'm going to say the Cosmic Gems would probably be more important, but again, like as far as just leveling like the lesser gems and all the other elements, honestly, the only people that need to do that are freaks trying to get like high PR for a flex. That's it. Because it doesn't really impact the gameplay that much. Because too much of the end game is based off of light. How many imp boxes should I stack for Diamond Dragon Egg? A lot. Yeah, like Atro said, it's like 400 or something. It's ridiculous. Oh, hello. What's the green sword buff you keep getting at the top left of your screen? Don't worry about it. How do you even check buffs, dude? I don't remember. I don't, maybe my mod doesn't let me do it. The update may be September 8th on my birthday. Nice. Yeah, let me see. Take a peek at my calendar. So if anything, the update would be, no, it would be on September 9th. Because the updates for live server are always on a Tuesday. You know, light only makes a difference to a point. In D15 and all difficulties, that depth delves can be above around 13k light. What? The bulbous Heck Mantis gives you a damage buff with minus 250 light? What? What are you saying, Atro? Yeah, you're talking in comparison like the skill tree versus the Cosmic Gem upgrade? Is that what you mean? In which case, yeah, I guess. Actually, I like Magic is saying, like, I'd say the Emp Cosmic Gem priority, then Star Chart, then the lesser Cosmic Gems. That sounds right to me. But again, like I said, it really depends what you're lacking in the skill tree. Because if you're already almost there anyway. But I'm sorry, my brain is dad brain, so. Light with both mass Mystic Gems and max Mystic Gear is no longer the most important stat. Light scaling has diminishing returns. Okay. To clarify, all my examples are not talking about Mystic Gear at all. Just to clarify, because Again, like I didn't do any testing with the Mystic gear, but yes, that totally makes sense that it would be diminishing returns. That's honestly what I felt when I got the Mystic gear. It was like, what? Because yeah, I forget the amount of, I forgot to take into account. Oh, I did actually increase my light. It just didn't do anything. Don't worry, it'll all matter when they add like D20 or whatever. Either way, Rayad, I will say happy birthmas now because I probably won't catch you next week. Do I only do the 3 cosmic gems and nothing else? Yeah, I'd say that's the priority to go for, honestly. Having more than 13k light is useless for D15. Okay, good to know. I'll keep that in mind. Hey, you, thank you so much, man. You've been so generous this month. Well, I guess we're in the new month now, but I appreciate it, man. Genuinely. You're an absolute unit. I'll try to remember. I'll take a screenshot of the light talk so that I can clarify it in a video so that I don't have to constantly answer the question. But yeah, I'm glad you guys can nerd it out because I don't have the time to do it myself anymore. Oh man. When over 13k light, use either Bulbous Heck Mantis or one of the Fire Water Mana Beasts if you don't have Heck Mantis. Wait, so what is this Heck Mantis you're talking about? I'm assuming it's... Oh no, I have it. Oh. I get it. Yeah, because the... Okay, that's what you're saying. Because the light fall off and then... Okay. In that case, base stats would dominate over it, or at least see more of a return. I still think a lot of it is pretty moot at that point. In terms of like you're talking about like very minuscule boosts in your damage. But for those that are meta slaves. Magic. Gifted a tier 2 sub on Twitch. Hey, sick. Thank you. Mana Beast will be the best ally then, because it'll give them highest coefficient. Is that news? I thought the Fire and Mana Beast were already regarded as the best allies. Heck Mantis gives more coefficient than Mana Beast. Really? Ah. I didn't even think this. I never heard anyone mention this stupid Heck Mantis, but yeah, that's a lot of crit damage, so that makes sense. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, Atro. And it's an ally that you can use on pretty much everybody. Damage can be significant when you extrapolate over farming an entire Mystic Gem. True, right. Yeah, I guess it's gonna matter over time to people that care. For me, the grind is the fun part, so I personally don't care, but yeah, I get it. In fact, I want to take as long as I possibly can to max out my Mystic Gems so that I actually have something to do. Not really. Most of all, it's just going to be time gated, but I'm just hoping that I can actually grind the depths the first week. Otherwise, I'm not going to have anything to do. With Scorpius, I was dealing around 21 mil base damage on D15 boss with Boomer Bow, basic attack. With Heck Mantis, I was dealing 25.3 mil. Because the crit damage scaling is better. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, I often forget, like, when you guys reference the weirder allies, it's like, wait, what does that do? Because oftentimes we only ever talk about the shiny ones, right? Instead of the Heck Mantis. Like, what a stupid ally. A random event ally? Like, what? I'm genuinely confused on what you guys are talking about. Tomb Raiser beats all classes. Yeah, so everything we're talking about doesn't apply to the Tomb Raiser because the Tomb Raiser already is like so powerful it doesn't matter. Difference between the Mana Beast and the Heck Mantis. Let me, where's this stupid ally? Oh my god, this game. Because the Heck Mantis scales a lot higher crit damage versus these guys are like, the base stat of your damage is not going to be as coefficient as just getting raw crit damage. Because your base damage, the way that it calculates something, it doesn't matter. It's just try either of them, and yeah, apparently the Heck Mantis will make the difference. But keeping in mind that this is for freaks that are basically at max light. Or close to. But yeah, crit damage scales better than the base stats. Crit damage is significantly more valuable than raw damage with the way current gem stats are balanced. Yeah, okay. Yeah, excuse my my brain is fried today, man. Like, I didn't realize how exhausted I was, I guess, because I ended up having like a meeting today, and it was very long. Have you tried the new Sonic Racing game? Better than the new Mario Kart? No, it's not even out yet, so no, it's not better. unless you can buy access to it or something. It's different based on what I've seen, and I like the Sonic Racing games for sure, but I think they're too visually noisy in comparison to Mario Kart's simplicity. I don't know if I'll play that Sonic game. We'll see. It's pretty expensive. I say, as Mario Kart is even more expensive, but Mario Kart came with my Switch too, so. Did it actually come out already, that game? Let me see. No, the new Sonic Racing game is on the 25th of September. Not out yet. Which, I mean, hey, if you enjoy it more than Mario Kart, I mean, sure, cool, you know. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion and what games they respond to. I personally, I just don't know if I'm gonna grab it, because I'm not, like... Mario Kart's a game that I can actually, like, play with the wife. That Sonic game kind of, I don't know. Not really. I'm not that big of a fan of Sonic myself. Can't wait for the Nintendo Direct. Yeah, me too, brother. I'm expecting 14th, 16th. Just because that's what it was for the past few years, so. And I just please God, just give me Metroid. Oh Lord. Oh, side note, just for those of you that might be Switch 2 owners, I actually got contacted by Ubisoft, and they threw me Star Wars Outlaws on the Switch 2, which I think is really cool because I've been hearing a lot of people complaining about its performance, but I think that a lot of people do that for clickbait and such. So I just thought it was interesting because I'll definitely cover that and make my own video with my own 2 cents on it. Because I really like that game. I thought Star Wars Outlaws was great, despite the fact that it got such a negative rep. The fact it's working on the Switch 2 is pretty wild as well, just because that game did not run well on PC, so... Anyway, I just opened 100 Gearcrafter vaults and got a C5 hat that I don't even need. Nice. That's how you get rare items, my man, is when you don't need it. It's like when I was playing Terraria and I just didn't care about like anything I was getting, and meanwhile I'm getting like some of the rarest items in the game right away, and it's like, oh cool, I'll throw it in my storage. Everyone who was watching that series was like fuming. And then here I am in Trove, and it took me 80 mil to get my first Gonda, so. Did you do a reaction to the Darksiders 4 teaser? Nah, it's a teaser, bro. What the hell am I gonna react to? Wow, a JPEG. I'm gonna be real. I have it on my wish list just because I have it on my wish list. I'm not excited for it. Like, if it ends up capturing the same energy as the old, the first Darksiders, like the first Darksiders was dope. Second one was really clunky and really terrible performance day one, but I liked the idea that they blended random loot and such, but it didn't make sense in a single player game, if I'm being honest. Darksiders 3 was just God of War. I don't know, who cares? Darksiders 4 is finally gonna be co-op. So maybe I'll play it. But I'm not at the edge of my seat because I don't think any of the original devs worked on it at all. Never say never. Might look dope as hell. But as far as teaser stuff is concerned, I don't do reactions to that just because who cares? Unless I just happen to react to it during a live showcase and then I make that into a short afterwards. I've also decided... I didn't talk about this in today's video. I really should have. But in regards to reacting to like game showcases and stuff like that, like I never bothered making a reaction video to the Silksong trailer with the release date, for example. Normally I might have done that, but if I'm being real, Jeff Keighley has soured me. I'm not gonna bother changing my sleep schedule to react to any of these showcases unless it's a Nintendo Direct. Nintendo's the only ones who never fail. Even when they have like their lukewarm showcases, it's still like always fire. And at the very least, it doesn't waste my time. But all those other game showcases, like I'll still react to a lot of them, but I'm not gonna react to them like the second they're available kind of thing. Because it's just like that Gamescom showcase, oh my God, that was the most unprofessional, like dog ass backwards stupid waste of time show I've ever seen. It was like 3 hours of nothing, just a bunch of mobile games and slop, because every other company is busy just doing their own showcases. And the only thing that they teased at Gamescom the whole time was, oh, we're gonna talk about Resident Evil and Ghost of Yotei. Meanwhile, the showcase got to like the last 5 minutes and I was like, are they really only gonna show these games for like a minute afterwards? And then it was like a 2-minute trailer for Ghost of Yotei that teases there's going to be multiplayer in 2026. Who cares? And then the trailer for Resident Evil that's a story trailer that spoils story stuff. Like, show me gameplay. Stop spoiling things. I'm going to play the game already. It's just... Oh, what a terrible showcase, dude. Anyways, Is it worth trying out Stardew Valley? I'm not the person to ask that. I didn't like Stardew Valley. Me and my wife tried it. We really liked Animal Crossing. I did not like Stardew Valley. I thought that it was surprisingly clunky because it still kind of, even though it's got controller support, it still kind of acted like it wanted you to use a mouse. And I'm just not that big into those farm games. But, you know, to each their own as far as farm sim games, I'm sure it's wonderful. But I didn't like it. I also didn't like Hollow Knight, so why am I hyped for Silksong? Because it's got more color. That's it. And, you know, it's the next one, so hopefully it'll be different enough. But I didn't play Hollow Knight a long enough time to say, oh, I didn't like it. It's just, it didn't hook me. Sorry if a trillion people asked. Yeah, that's totally fine, man. People ask these things all the time, and that's fine. How to get more light. But I'm stuck around 8.2k. I don't really know what else to grind for. Okay, so for light, Cosmic Gems, Cosmic Dragon, Crystal Gear, upgrading that. I think that's basically it, right? Unless I'm missing something. There's some allies and you can get some light out of the skill tree, of course. But that'd be the main things I would recommend. Still begging for a... Oh, and the torch. Yeah, good catch. Thanks, Atro. Parappa the Rappa. Bro, I wish. That franchise is dead, dude. Like, not even like just in the ground. Like, the grave has been paved over for other franchises. Parappa the Rappa's gone. Like, he's dust. Oh, those games are so good. I mean, honestly, just play Parappa the Rappa. Like, the only thing that I'd think, I don't know if we need a new one, but we need like a remaster so you can play it on modern hardware easily. Like, I'm stoked as hell we got a new Katamari coming. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up here. Joyce, the 5-star enemies in D15 and such, they are stronger because they're like depth enemies as far as I understand. Also, yes, even getting the weekly torch, you don't have to get like the perma torch. The daily torch is fine, and then the weekly torch on top of that is just better, so. I got pretty bored of Stardew Valley. All I did was walk to a river, fish for the day, walk back. For very casual gamers, I guess I can see the appeal. Yeah, I can see the appeal, but it's not for me. Also, somebody asked about that Hello Kitty game. Didn't play it. Honestly, looked amazing. Because Animal Crossing, as much as the wife and I loved it, it was missing mini games. And I think that Hello Kitty game delivered that. But at the same time, I'm gonna be honest, Animal Crossing was a pandemic game. I don't think the next Animal Crossing is going to have the same amount of fire behind it. That said, I'll probably still buy it, and I'll probably still sink hundreds of hours into it, given that it was a game that, like, the reason why it clicked so well with the wife and me is because of the pandemic and because of like our work schedule and everything, we were kind of on opposite shifts. So it was really fun to like wake up and then like the wife had done a bunch of stuff in game and given me a bunch of items and gifts and stuff, and then I could do like vice versa, you know, because the in-game clock like really mattered. So that was cool. But at the end of the day, there's a lot that contributed to not playing Animal Crossing anymore. And most of all, you Nintendo fans will know this, but for those that don't, Nintendo has a lot of unskippable cutscenes and animations. And it almost always contributes to why I don't play Nintendo games beyond a certain point. Like Tears of the Kingdom's cooking animation. You can't bulk cook. You have to cook one item at a time, and you have to watch the animation every single goddamn time. And it's like, no, you stupid, you old boomers. I need the ability to bulk cook. I'm filling my inventory with items. So hopefully they rectify that with the next Zelda, because oh my god. Little time wasters like that. Like even, I've talked about this before. Trove has time wasters. You know, it has time wasters in regards to like a lot of time gated stuff. But one thing that I think Trove really excels at is how easily you can just clear up your inventory and move on. And pick up items. You don't gotta like look at each individual item, try to pick up the right ones, pick up the wrong ones. Oops, I picked up garbage, you know. Coming from someone who has a full inventory, you know, full inventory space, okay? I know Trove's got problems in other areas. But in comparison to something like Path of Exile, for example, anytime you get a full inventory, which is in like 2 seconds, because you just pick up like 3 items and your inventory is full, instead of just going to a loot collector or something that's in the dungeon, you literally have to go to town, which is a very long loading screen because it's loading all of the different player models and all of the paid cosmetic crap that they have. And then you get into town, you gotta identify everything first, then you sell it or break it for scraps at multiple different crafting tables, by the way. And then you can finally go back into the dungeon. Like there's too much time that's wasted on that crap, and that's what really contributed to my disapproval of PoE 2 and its barbaric game design. Say what you will about Trove, it's fast paced and it just go, go, go. There's a lot of things in the way of that enjoyment, but once you get past that initial hump, oh man, there's still nothing like it, which is why I'm still playing this game over 10 years running. Hey Flash. Are there 5 stars in Elemental Worlds? Nope. Because that would actually require, like, you know, effort. It really should, man. Like, they should put the 5 stars in every world, not just Geode. Missed the 1 hour vlogs. Don't worry, Flash. The vlogs aren't gone, but as I'm assuming you saw my video today, right? The Let's Talk one, which I'll probably have to change the title of soon. But suffice to say, more vlogs are coming, but they're on the back burner right now, just because I needed a break. I'm still recording stuff, though. And they'll still probably end up being an hour long, let's be real. Yep. Path of Exile has loot filters, yes. But as somebody who's still in Act 3, the problem is that I kind of need like to sell all the items to get my gold up so that I can change my build on the fly, because not everything works throughout the entire game. But once you get to the end game, yeah, you of course have to get a loot filter, but then it starts having to get more and more strict, which means that you're not... What I don't like about the loot filter in PoE is you have to make it so strict that your inventory isn't filling up every 2 seconds so that you can actually play the stupid video game for more than 5 minutes at a time. And then the problem is you're not efficient because you're not breaking down hundreds of pieces of gear for a bunch of materials and stuff that otherwise is very, very good. There's too many little time wasters and stuff, and I hate the fact that PoE is entirely designed around selling stash tabs. Like, bro, you sell me inventory tabs, I will buy it in a heartbeat. I'm not gonna keep buying stash tabs. That's just making a problem for later. I mean, for crying out loud, I've got a video literally dedicated to ranting about how bad the inventory system is in PoE. So, did they add a loot filter into the game? A base one? No, you still get it from the stupid website. But whatever, you can completely customize it. Like, I'm not really gonna complain about it too much. As far as I know, you can still get it on console as well, but it requires like some extra steps, which I think they should mitigate, yes. Last Epoch. has one of the best item filters I've ever seen in that genre, and it's completely vanilla. It's inside the game. It is actually insane. Like, it's way better than PoE's loot filter. It's nuts. And as a player, you can just completely customize it right then and there instead of having to go to a website and know what every single item is. Like, you can just say, I only want to see loot for my class and with this and that, and it's just, oh, it's so nice. I wish Last Epoch had move while casting. That's the one thing that, like, if we strip away everything that's great about PoE 2, the one thing it's contributed to the genre that keeps me from playing other games within the Diablo-like genre is moving while casting. Moving while casting and having a dodge roll single-handedly make that game feel so much more fluid than any other game in the genre. Despite the fact that there are a lot of things that I very much do not like about PoE 2. Like, just in terms of its mechanics and the thought process behind some of the stuff. It's like, what the heck is this? Yeah, my opinion is strictly based off of PoE 2. I never, like, I played PoE 1, but it's a very different beast, and I don't really like PoE 1. But I know just from friends that play PoE 1 that a lot of my complaints of PoE 2 are from PoE 1, because a lot of the issues that are in PoE 2 are literally copy and pasted from PoE 1. But the issue is PoE 1 was actually, like, designed around those mechanics, so it's, you know, it's an old game. It's not as egregious. PoE 2 is a game made in 2024. There is no excuse. Why make a sequel if you're not going to improve? That's kind of why I'm, like, so harsh on it. And at the end of the day, you know, I still got over 300 hours in the game and I still enjoy the game, so it is all coming out of a place of love and passion, because I just wish that the game would actually let me play it instead of wasting time dealing with inventory issues. Why are they charging money for PoE 2? Yeah, so they can make more money. Like, literally. Have you tried Guild Wars 2? I tried it. It's not for me. Guild Wars 2 is one of those games. It's got a really good core foundation, but for whatever reason, I just can't get into it. The other thing to consider too with PoE is, yes, a lot of it is under the umbrella of early access. I don't think that I would recommend PoE 2 right now, just because so much of it is still up in the air, and a lot of the issues that I have with the game should be fully rectified once the game goes 1.0. And then it's free to play anyway, so who cares? But like I said in my other video that I posted earlier today, my plan for PoE, at least right now, is I'm gonna do like a couple tutorials here and there and some highlight videos, but generally it's gonna be a game that I'm gonna really slowly just chip away at. I still haven't even gotten through Act 3, and I don't want to, like, burn out grinding through it. But then when the game does go to 1.0, ooh, baby, I'm going to be very addicted to it. You want to know why? Because I'm not going to engage with the leagues in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to play the game verbatim in the standard server. Because to me, that's way more appealing than starting again and having to slog through the campaign all over again. That's where a lot of my complaints come from. But again, like, a lot of my complaints are things that I had issues with in PoE 1 that, let's be real, they're trying to make PoE 2 for PoE 1 fans, which I'm not a fan of PoE 1, so in the end, I might not be the right demographic. But again, it's all just my own subjective opinion anyway. Most of all, it's just the clunkiness of, like, the UI and the, you know, the fact that you don't just have your inventory show up and can still fight at the same time. Instead, it, like, goes into a pause menu and, like, shows your character, and it's like, bro, come on. Even Diablo dealt with all this stuff back in Diablo 1. Never mind Diablo 2, 3, and 4. Oh, the trading in PoE 2, I still haven't reached it yet, but that's the big thing that I'm waiting for. The new in-game trading is nuts, dude. Like, that's really good. I'm glad they're adding that into PoE 1 as well. I can't argue, but my addiction to PoE 1 still grows. Yes. That's the thing, right? Like, these complaints are, oh, I want to enjoy the game more. Like, clearly they've done something right. There's just a lot of issues with the game right now where it kind of feels like they don't really know what it's supposed to be yet. And, you know, that makes sense with the game clearly being years away from 1.0. I remember they said it was going to be at the end of this year, but no, just no way. Not with the update schedule that they have right now. Can't be able to use golden keys on the D15 gem boxes. Nope. Would you say PoE 2 is worth a try? Dude, 100%. The early access is $20. I've got my money's worth out of it. My issues are literally after hundreds of hours of playing. It didn't become a problem until then. You gotta understand, like, I'm pushing 300 hours on PoE 2, and I'm still enjoying it, but there's a lot of, like, frustration points, I'll say, that keep it from being like, oh my god. Yeah, it just had a free weekend. Unfortunately, it's already over. I kept trying to tell people, like, bro, we got a free weekend. You should try it out now. Like, you know, play it now, get your opinion on it. As to whether or not I would say, oh yeah, you should buy it right now. You could wait. You're not gonna miss out on anything. You can wait until the game's free to play, because it is gonna be free to play. And then, oh my god. Then you are immediately getting your value out of it. Except for the fact that the game is extremely monetized. Like, it's like Trove monetized. like if there is something that inconveniences you, it is in the cash shop. Except for my inventory problems. That's where they sell you these premium stash tabs, the same as your personal storage and Trove, like your personal chest tabs. And they've got like very specific ones like, oh, you don't want to organize your socketable items? There's a stash tab for that. You know, they put everything into the stash tab in terms of, oh Lord, in terms of monetization. My issue is, let me pay for inventory tabs that deal with all of that crap, because then I don't have to constantly go to my stupid hideout. Because another little itty bitty complaint, basically Path of Exile 2 has finally come into the 21st century, and they've added an in-game marketplace that you have to unlock, I think in Act 4. Whatever, cool, that's awesome. You still have to go to someone's personal, like, hideout. It would be like if every item you bought and sold in Trove, you had to go to their club world to do it. I get it. People literally spend money to buy stuff for their hideout, or just buy a hideout that's really badass. So they're locking the monetization, like, oh, we want to show people, we want them to go to their hideout to show it off, instead of it just being on an actual, like, market. That's kind of the biggest issues that I, like, it's ironic that the biggest issues that I have with PoE is literally because they're trying to have cash shop stuff pushed. And people say it's not pay to win. Technically, no. The same way Trove isn't pay to win, right? Are you a fan of OSRS or RS3? What are those? I guess there's your answer. Are those rhythm games? When you say RS3, I think you mean Risk of Rain 3, but where's the S? I think you have to buy a marketplace stash. Yes, you do have to buy a marketplace stash tab. That's right. Yeah, case in point. You want to trade with other players, you got to spend money. Like the game's pay to win. It is. It's just technically you don't have to have these conveniences, but there's no way of grinding like the in-game currency on Path of Exile. So I would personally argue it is 100% pay to win. Because these are more than just conveniences. You are gonna run out of storage. You're gonna you won't be able to engage with trading with other players unless you use their stupid archaic market system, which is still on a website. But even then, anyway. I don't want to turn it into I don't want it to sound like I hate the game. It's because the game is so great and so close to perfection that's why I'm so critical of it. Oh, RuneScape and old school RuneScape. No, I never got into those. I played a different online video game when I was growing up that nobody knows about. But my buddy got into RuneScape a lot, so I kind of heard from him how the grind was. Wizard 101. No, I never played Wizard 101 either. Couldn't get into it. I still want to I don't know. There's an idea that I've had of making a video talking about that super old MMO, but I've talked about it on stream before though, so I don't want to ramble about it too much. Oh, hey D. What up? Please just pull me down. No? Okay. Hey, Masky. What? Wait, where's the boss? That wasn't him. Is that the boss? Is he just leaving? Oh no, that's a different... Okay, whatever. Weird. I guess let's get a new world anyway. I don't even know what I want to grind anymore, man, in terms of the world. Hey, Goofy, what up? I kind of low-key... it's already 2 a.m. my time. Part of me, wants to try that new Helldivers update, but without the boys, it's going to be pretty egregious if I was just playing that solo, so I'll probably wait. I could grind more PoE, but again, I really don't want to burn out on that game. I want to actually just slowly get to Act 4. I'll say this, I wish YouTube was better in terms of just hopping from one game to another. With Twitch, you can kind of just change the category. With YouTube, if I swap to another game, it makes it a lot more complicated for me, because then later with the YouTube editor, I have to split those, and then it's going to remove the chat from one of them. So actually, it's going to remove the chat from both of them, because I would have to shorten the first stream and have the next one be because otherwise with YouTube, it's kind of annoying, because it's if I want to play multiple games, I basically would have to stop this stream and then just start a brand new one. And then it's I gotta make a thumbnail and blah, blah, blah. I guess at the very least, if I didn't have to make a thumbnail for YouTube streams, that would be very nice. Because then I could just go. No, I know I could join randoms in Helldivers, but the new stuff seems very difficult. So I don't know how good randoms would be, you know? Like oftentimes when I'm playing with randoms, it's not common that you get like a good player. I'll say that. On the 15th, RuneScape 3, there's a RuneScape 3? I didn't even know. They're doing leagues where it has boosted augments for your player unlocked by doing random tasks. It's a blast. Sick. The thing is, like, I did try RuneScape more recently. I really can't get into the controls was my issue with it. Otherwise, like, the idea of an infinity grinding game is pretty cool. But also, what's his new game? Brighter Shores. That one was actually really, like, it made the entrance into that type of game as smooth as possible. But even then, I could very quickly see how you're just grinding for the sake of grinding. Yep, I still go to the gym. I don't get to go as often as I used to, but every now and then I gotta force myself to just, okay, I gotta just go. Which maybe I should go tonight. But yeah, I just did back day yesterday, and I'm feeling it. I've got a video that I'm like slowly chipping away at where I'm gonna talk about my full workout and everything that I'm doing right now. Because it's pretty quick. But it's also very intense. And I think I need to strike a balance between like, oftentimes I'll go to the gym and I do my full workout regardless of how I'm feeling. But sometimes I feel like after my last workout, it's like, man, I really should have just skipped that last, like, workout entirely. Because otherwise it made me feel sick that day. I feel fine now, though, so I guess who cares? But I was just done for the rest of the day, and it had me frustrated and in a really negative space because it was like, oh, I wanted to edit and stuff, but I'm done. The important thing is going. Not doing every single little minute workout. Yep, I take creatine every morning. Brighter Shores. Oh no, that game that's worse than a mobile game. Hey, I thought Brighter Shores was pretty ingeniously done in terms of like the rat race of constantly chasing new stats. It was just that I like because it was so easy to get into it, you could so easily like see the matrix and just be like, oh, this is a waste of time. I mean, cool for people that want to do that kind of thing, but hey, Jess, what up? But for me, it was like, yeah, I played the game enough to know that no. And that was before I had baby Leon. Like now, especially, it's like I have to be very careful with my time commitment. Yeah, skip those dungeons because who cares? You play No Man's Sky? Yeah. So here's the thing. Hot take. I liked No Man's Sky before it was good. I actually had a pretty lengthy No Man's Sky playthrough back when the game first came out, and I loved it, dude. I was just enthralled with it because back then there was so few mechanics that all you could do was explore. And for me, that was like the best part of the game was the exploration. And I'm not saying No Man's Sky is bad now by any means, but it's just not for me because the game rather than moving into exploration, it more so moved into base management and, you know, like building housing, and now you can build your ship, and it's awesome. But it's not my, like, for me, that's the last thing I want to do is sit there and screw around with my ship for 2 hours. I just want to go, go, go. And the option is there. I did end up committing like maybe a good 10 hours with a buddy of mine to just playing and exploring the game. And it just was kind of like, I kind of felt like a lot of the mechanics were just a means to an end, where it was like, oh, okay, what's this? Oh, you go over here so that you can get a Star Destroyer ship or whatever. Okay, why? Oh, just to have one. Oh. It unlocks these things though. Oh, okay. But do I need that? No, not really. Oh. Again, you know, I'm not dissing anyone who enjoys it. Who came up for the name for your baby? The wife and me. Because big Resident Evil fans. He was named after Leon S. Kennedy. And then we keep joking how when we, like, if we have a daughter, we'll call her Ashley. And we keep saying, no, Ashley sucks. I hate her. But I don't know what we'll name the next kid. Leon, just like, we could feel like, yeah, this works. This makes sense. And we keep having to like specifically start saying his name now because we're not used to saying his name. We always just say, hey baby, or hey Koopy, because we called him Koopa when he was in the womb. Baby Koopa. But we keep on, like, we purposefully like have to start saying Leon because we gotta get him to know his name. I think he's kind of picked up on it though. But it's been going good as far as baby life and stuff. Like, we kind of got a pretty good routine now. Like, it's funny, like, when with a baby, you basically, like, you get a specific routine and then eventually he grows out of that routine and then we have to accommodate. So now he's kind of at the point where, like, for his last meal of the day or second last meal of the day, we usually, like, have dinner with him and feed him like solids at the same time. Which is still so new to him that no matter what we give him, he's like, even though he'll still eat it, so clearly he likes it. But he's getting pretty strong, like as far as his crawling and stuff. He's not crawling yet, but he'll like tuck his legs under him, and if we put like a toy away from him, he'll like actually try and reach for it and like try to move towards it if he can. So that's cool. Like seeing, oh, he's like got active brain development. Like he's actually like chasing things now. You know what? I was gonna say screw this world. I'm feeling a little hungers, so I think we'll wrap up. And then maybe I'll do what I have not done in weeks. Chill on the couch and watch YouTube. Oh, whoops. Do I put these in storage? No, I don't. I put the Digsleys in storage because I collect them for no reason. Started playing this game again. Can't reach the KPR. Maxed out C2 gear, C2 ring. 3 pearl gems with 28.5k. Yeah, for light, you got a torch on your back, and then there's some light in the skill tree as well. He'll be a good Trove player. We'll see. I don't know. I'm assuming that he's not gonna be into Trove growing up because it's just gonna be viewed as like my job, you know? But who knows? Give him a gun next. I'm not American. Funny thing is, what was it? Our friend's kid got in trouble for making a Lego gun in daycare. Which, they, like, I get it, but at the same time, like, they really cracked down on them for it, where it was like, oh, this is bad. It's a sign of, you know, and it's like, what are you talking about? I don't know. It's just very different from what it was when I grew up. Yes, I'm old. Yeah, sorry, what'd you say, Jess? No, your question got grabbed by YouTube and I didn't see it. Like, I see that you said, yeah, same, just had one, and then your next post was in D15 with an asterisk. So YouTube moderated, shadow banned your message. So try again and think in terms of like a stuck up CEO. What would they add to the filter? Can Neon Ninja do D15? Yes, when the Cosmic Gems drop, for sure. He probably could right now, honestly, but I just never bothered testing. Is that what the question was? I don't know why I don't see it. That's weird that you saw it, Deadly. Also, hi, Deadly. All they have to do is call a gun a blaster and it's allowed in kids' media? Yes. Because it's completely different. A blaster shoots energy. Like a Hadouken. Also, somebody earlier, if you're still lurking, said, I just got Mystic, which I caught the comment, I just didn't comment on it. So, cool. Just got 30 KPRs today. Any tips? You could start again. That might be fun. Later, Zap. Yeah, I'll just check a couple more questions here and then. And then for me, it's 4 a.m. for you. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. for me. I want to go eat. The torch will add to your light. Yes. Sorry, are you trying... Oh, you're trying to get power rank. Yeah, that's going to be like more so just upgrading your gems, augmenting your gems, getting dragons is going to be a huge bump just because there's so freaking many of them. That's why Minecraft now has blaster add-ons. Oh, you mean Bedrock? Does it? Dude, I tell you, I've been recording a lot of Minecraft Bedrock, and that marketplace is like so convoluted and confusing. I'm so confused. Like, what the hell does an add-on do? Is it client side? You can just use it in any world? Like, it's so stupid. Like, oh my god. And it's so unorganized too. Like, you can barely search anything out of it. Oh, also, yeah, Naxi, you were saying about the nightlight mode. I still rarely use it, if I'm being honest. It's just sometimes the screen will bother me, and then I turn it on. Cheese block today? Nah, no. We got like a ton of fruit and this big bread ball called pumpernickel that goes with like a spinach dip, and it's good. But yes, I'll probably still have cheese with it because protein. The add-ons are basically mods and maps. Yeah, but I'm not sure like if you can use them in other people's worlds with Bedrock. That's what it implies to me. But hey, Moose. I'm at the point of the game where I have a good light, but I don't have enough to solo anything and don't have a group to play with. Any thoughts on what I can do? Unfortunately, a lot of what's going to be bottlenecking you again is going to be like dragons, mastery, crystal gear, and upgrading it, your gems as well, and the cosmic dragon, the other primordial dragons, the stupid skill tree. Like there's the laundry list goes on, man. You can still use add-ons and realms too. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. But it's just weird. Yeah, I figured it's like basically paid mods and stuff. The maps are like their own independent thing, and that's what I've been enjoying about Minecraft Bedrock, but it has been such a convoluted mess, like trying to navigate that store. The only thing I don't have right now is a skill tree, and I only got one C5. Yeah, skill tree is gonna be a big bump up because there's quite a bit of light in there. Don't forget your ally. Don't forget your mystic torch. Add-ons are built into the world file, so they apply to whatever world has them enabled. Okay, weird. An add-on has to be added to the world directly. Oh, so could you like theoretically like say I had an add-on and I added it to my world, would then everyone be able to use it, or would they have to buy it as well? Oh, sorry, had. Yeah, how's that gas thing work again? I think you might aren't you like soft locked if you end up getting to that gas enhancer thing? Oh, everyone can use it if you put the add-on in your world? Okay, that's pretty cool. So that means like, for example, there's a map that I want to buy. It's like 13 bucks. If I buy that, my buddy could join me without having to buy it, right? I would just have to be hosting all the time, of course. But yeah, that's cool. Okay, so it's not as bad as I thought. It's just very confusing. Also, Moose, yeah, you're saying you're sitting at 46 KPR, which means that you're already pretty close to the end game. I'm gonna take a risk here and say, what class are you trying to main? Because that might literally just be why you're not able to solo stuff. Yeah, okay. All right. I'll consider buying that map then on the Minecraft thing. Not even a point in talking about all this Minecraft Bedrock stuff, because that's going to be coming on the channel in like late October, start of November. It's just, I talked about it today. It's videos that I'm stockpiling for my trip. Oh, you're Dino Tamer and Boomer? Yeah, then you should be fine, honestly. So it's not the class. Hey, Hayes. Yeah, things are good. We're just kind of wrapping up. I'm getting pretty hungry, so I thought that I'd kind of answer a couple more questions here. I'm in a very weirdly analytical brain mind space today, but I'm also like very, very like slow, dumb brain right now because of the fact that I was so busy today with like real life meetings and junk. Hey, Nokia. If I had more energy tonight, I would love to hop on Helldivers and potentially even stream PoE, but I think I'm just gonna like call it for the night, just have some food and just chill out with oh god, I didn't even have the dog cam on. Surprise, Bush just been there the whole time. Did I hear you say a mythic torch? It's inevitable. Devs haven't talked about it. So don't worry. Also, what is going on here? Someone's throwing bobble pods. Sure, I'll take them, I guess. Golden pitcher, plant seed. Wait, failed to loot inventory, full inventory. Oh my god. Why does it take this slot? I mean, I guess that's rare, but... Oh yeah, no, I'm looking forward to trying the Helldivers update. I'm just saying I'm not into it tonight. I'll probably play it tomorrow. Before I get too busy with Silksong. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to wrap up. I'm hungry, guys. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it as always. This is probably going to be the only video that'll go up today just because I needed a little bit of a break if it wasn't obvious in the other video I just posted. But I still got a lot of stuff on the back burner. I just didn't get a chance to edit any of it today. Oh, I guess I was supposed to put out my video talking about the games coming out this month, but I don't know. I'll see if I work on that tonight or not. Otherwise, I'll just work on it tomorrow. Anyways.